This could be time to award the perfect right play, right time submission from DJ. Clutch like a fox. Or maybe the last play was best, with the one and only JCR taking the glide's ankles for this impressive drive.
Here we see. right in the middle of the season, Brent, halfway through a long schedule. It's got to be a grind for these players.
Oh, yeah, these are the dog days, Kevin, and the thing that you want to do is make sure that you're continuing to come with that mentality that you want to improve. And there may be days where physically it's tougher. There might be days where mentally it's tougher. But those kind of players all collectively put together are going to end up achieving something in any given season.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Underneath in the post, Towns and Gobert. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel. And it's Money in at the point. Knocks down the three ball.
Great idea to get your secondary scorers involved early. This helps keep everybody engaged.
Yeah, and he's so from there, but when he's hitting from deep, it's a big confidence builder.
It's good.
Bagley with a nice job of surveying there.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And you gotta love the aggression that he had, taking it to the rim there. Sets the tone in a close game like this.
And Towns throws it down.
And how about the athleticism from Towns there, skying up with ease to power through on that alley-oop.
Cunningham with some nice D.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here, coming off that loss against Philadelphia.
And guys, there's really a fine line between being aggressive and being out of control. And in that one, they crossed the line.
Well, you can do a couple things with turnovers. They committed too many, and then they didn't force enough. So a tough go in that category.
We play just over a minute here in the first. Bagley the pass to Bogdanovich. Shot from 12. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
The fans certainly got their money's worth in that game. Boy, was that a battle, and it turned out to be a real gritty win for them.
And they had to scrape and claw just to get themselves back into the game and into overtime, but they really kept their composure in the extra 5 minutes, and it paid off for the win.
Detroit, no good that time either.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often. And one of the biggest stories of the summer was Rudy Gobert being traded. Gets a fresh start with the Timberwolves.
Poke loose. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Passes it to Stewart. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Cunningham. Bagley trying to free himself up. Detroit, no good that time either. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thanks, Kevin. Rick Carlisle and I did speak a few minutes ago. He said they know the challenge going up against this team that can score so many points in a hurry. He said we cannot try to match these guys basket for basket and get away from our defense. Because if we slack off these shooters even a little bit, then they really go off. So see if they can find that balance tonight and even this season series. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you for that. Very interesting. G8, their focus on preventing a scoring burst early on.
And it's tough. Once you've lost momentum, to try and recapture it, they're relying on their defense to negate that up front.
Well, you'd love to live in that disruptive mode all night long, never allowing your opponent to get comfortable.
Now, here's Cunningham. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. To stop the drought. Detroit, no good that time either. And it's Towns with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Last time they met was in Minnesota.
It was pretty much a cakewalk for them the last time these two squared off and had a clear advantage on the backboard.
We'll see if the other team will address that problem in this game, because last game, man, they just got smoked on the boards.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Yeah, the Pistons for years have been just chasing away to try to get into the postseason, and felt kind of like a rebuild, but here we are. They've assembled a real promising core of young talent.
That was your Pistons dance on stage team!
And we're just over 3 quarter. inside. He gets it in there. Cunningham's got his second bucket. They have. And the Pistons' win percentage last season about the same as the year before. But, Brent, that doesn't tell their whole story.
I appreciate that, Kevin. To provide some context for the Pistons, lots of injuries and COVID-related issues held them back. And they had health. They were close to a 500 team. So being young and being hungry, the squad is looking to take the next step.
Pistons trail by 7. Pass to Burks. To Cunningham. And Bogdanovich kicks to Burks. Releases. Rudy Gobert with the rebound.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range. They're much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
Detroit's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. A three from Bogdanovich. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Man, I'm a fan of that guy when he's shooting it from deep. Bogdanovich looks good every time it leaves his hands.
Here's Money. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Money's got a couple of threes now in the first for Minnesota. And that's a foul called on Money. That is his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Cunningham dishes it to Bogdanovich.
They're struggling to knock down those threes here in the early going.
And a miss there on the triple. Here's Money. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out
Personal
there.
foul. Team second.
And the Pistons with possession here, trailing by 10. Edwards against Burks. Here's Bogdanovich for 3.
And so far, having trouble converting on the inside.
Maybe a time to rest him right now, just give him a bit of a breather, try to help him get back on track.
The Timberwolves shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one. Greg, you read about Jimmy Butler starting his own coffee company, and he did that in the NBA bubble, and he drinks, they say, about 5 cups of coffee a day. Do a lot of NBA players drink coffee to keep them going and get that extra burst?
Absolutely. I remember drinking coffee on the bench late in my career. It's kind of a comfort food, warms you up a little bit, and all good things that can get you ready for action, I'm for.
And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Just a great job so far applying pressure defensively. The opposition is on their heels with the ball in their hand. Nightmares clamps thus far.
They've done a great job tonight of getting out in transition, so that focus on fast break will add to your total in a hurry.
4 on the shot clock. Bogdanovich, no luck.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Lobbed up there for Edwards. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Now, here's Burks. No points in the game yet for him. Bogdanovich looking around. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And I tell you, Bogdanovich is crafty.
Here is Cunningham. 26 points for him last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Isaiah Stewart out there with Bagley. Then there's Alec Burks. Then it's Sadiq Bey. And it's Cunningham in at the 1 spot. They're the group Detroit will start the second round. Now, here's Bagley. 17-point game. 5 on the clock. Cunningham passes to Burks. And it's off from 3-point range. Goes up on the wing, and there's another one for the Timberwolves.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
Now here's Bay. Last game he had 12. There's the steal. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
And the Timberwolves with possession here. Outside Edwards.
Right here.
There's the pass to Money for three. And another three for Minnesota.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Passes to Burks. Here's Stewart. He kicks to Burks. Hits the jumper in space. Burks has got his first points in this one.
Look, if you're a big man that feeds the little guy, man, you deserve the ball back. Nice look from Stewart.
A nice shot by McDaniels.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to Bay. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Bagley. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham.
Defense making it pretty easy for Cade Cunningham here. You can't leave someone wide open on this team.
That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
And while you can't get it all back in one possession, just stay after it, keep attacking, and see what happens.
McDaniels passes to Money. And another three for Minnesota.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Now here's Gobert. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Here's McLaughlin. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Yeah, great outside shooting, really fueling this run.
Now here's Cunningham. Defense is right there. And they double up Cunningham. So here's Burks. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
Bagley's ability to score here has a lot to do with the attribute of quickness.
Alec Burks is at over a decade in the league, one of the more reliable guards that we have.
At some point, I believe that Alec Burks is going to be on the team that's doing bigger things. Because of that consistency, he's going to become a more valuable piece. I mean, he shoots it well from three. He got his big contract in 2021, but it hasn't changed that consistency that he plays with.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Well, guys, Money in the last outing against Houston lit up the floor. He dropped in 55 points, and that was just the start of it. He wound up with a triple-double in what was quite a display for him. When you look at the stat sheet, he was mind-blowing. It's hard to imagine he can follow it up tonight with that same level of production. Kevin, we'll see.
David, we appreciate the update. Greg, we'll see if he can keep rolling here tonight.
Yeah, and that's the rub. When he's in rhythm, he can carry your team across the line.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
The Pistons have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Burks, the pass to Stewart. It's tipped. Kicks to McDaniels. Out left to the wing. Here's McLaughlin. Timberwolves passing it around. Clock at 6. Here's Money. The three-pointer, no good. Detroit's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Bay with it. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Back to Burks. Gobert with the block.
And that's why you want Gobert on the floor. He's as good defensively as any big you will ever see.
Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
Carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
The Pistons shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. And that's a foul called on Money. And that'll be his third foul so far.
First team foul.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And you talk to the great ball handlers, and they say, Greg, that footwork is an underappreciated aspect of it. Why is that?
It's like a dance. You're eluding the defender mostly with your feet. The ball handling part is just making sure the ball comes along for the ride.
Bagley kicks to Stewart. Back to Cunningham. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Bay. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 19-6 run. Now the pass to Burks. Back to Bay. Lets the three fly. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the second quarter. You've got to like how they've shot the ball. Money, no good. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Detroit Pistons. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. That'll be the second game of a 5-game homestand. Nabbing another steal.
And he's just been able to anticipate their every move.
Yeah, you're right. An absolute pest on the defensive end.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
So here's Burks after the basket by Minnesota. The jump hook, and Stewart finishes it off. Stewart's got his first bucket in this one.
Let the big man eat. Stewart just aggressive and confident down there in the post.
Drills the three-pointer.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Detroit's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Bay kicks to Cunningham. Outside, Bagley. Burks on the wing. The three, just 5 to shoot. Hands it from downtown. Burks has got 5 points now this quarter.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Here's Money. We saw him go on a scoring rampage last game. The tray. Detroit with the rebound. Bagley's got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Cunningham. Fires from deep. Another three for Detroit.
I like this attitude on this possession from Cade. Just really confident getting into that J.
They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
Seemed to be laying in the weeds there in the first quarter, but now we're seeing him come out, put all the cards on the table, and ramp it up.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. Nerlens Noel checks in for Stewart. Bogdanovich comes in for Sadiq Bey. Ivy's checked in for Burks. And Hayes subbed in for Cade Cunningham.
Bagley showing his feel right there for the game in that particular play.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
Torian Prince, he's checked in for Edwards.
And you see the ability to rise and fire from mid-range, even against that length.
I don't think he sees any kind of defense when he's at that range. It doesn't matter who's guarding him.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. He had a 24-point outing in their last game against the 76ers in Philadelphia.
He also did a masterful job in that game of drawing a lot of fouls, so he's creating havoc for the defense. Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game.
Here's Ivy. It's deflected, and they're able to recover. Here's Money, defended by Bagley. Towns, the pass to Money. Good, and as this goes to Towns. That's 36 points for Money.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Bogdanovich against Prince. Poked away. McLaughlin, the pass to Money. And here's Anderson. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Money. Drops in the tray. Money's got 39.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Hayes, the pass to Bogdanovich. Now here's Noel. He kicks it to Ivy. Looking to end the run. Here's Bagley. And finished off by Bagley.
Well, Bagley can move around you and get slender out there to find room on the floor to collect offensive rebound.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
The Timberwolves shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Minnesota making a switch here. Russell's checked in. Now here's Bogdanovich. He has 5. Hayes with it. Guarded now by Anderson. Hayes, no good. The Timberwolves shooting an unbelievable 70%. You won't see a performance like this too often.
And how about the quick eyes there from Towns? Finds a hole in the defense and exploits it there with a nice find. Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Back to Hayes. Dishes to Bagley. Pass to Ivy. Knocked away. 6 to shoot. Detroit, no good that time either. And so it's Towns with it. He brings it up for the Timberwolves. And the basket is good. Money's got 46 points.
Sweet to be a difference maker in the game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Bagley, the pass to Ivy. Here's the floater. And that's 2 points on the layup. Ivy's got 7 points.
He's a big combo guard, and Ivy plays with no fear in there.
Here's Money. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
Well, game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Now, here's Ivy. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
Felt like he had a sense in that game that the defense was being over-aggressive, and he tried to take advantage of that. He continually frustrated them throughout the night and got to the free throw line.
And got it! Another basket!
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Here's Money. A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close.
Your Pistons, 43. The Timberwolves, 85.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Money.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And on the floor for Chris Finch as we get into the second half. Sliding in at the wing, it'll be Edwards and McDaniel.
First personal
Two
foul.
big men inside, Towns and Gobert. And it's Money in at the point guard position. The free throw drops for Towns.
And the #1 overall pick has been the franchise player in Minnesota, but out to prove he can be the cornerstone on a contender.
And Towns drops them both. Greg, in order for Towns to get the Wolves to where they want to go, and certainly where he wants to go, how does he take the next step?
For me, last season, an inconsistent playoff performance for Cat. He's got to make an imprint on the game, even when shots aren't falling.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Cade Cunningham, second personal
The Timberwolves
foul.
made 7 out of 9 when they've stepped to the line.
Shooting for Minnesota, number 29, 2 shots.
And the first one drops. That one is no good. And, well, Detroit shooting around 40% from the floor here. And the layup's good off the glass. Cunningham's got 9.
Maybe he's thinking at this point, man, somebody's got to help me. I can't do this all by myself.
Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And they might be down big, but you'd love the mentality he has to go at defenders and just keep attacking.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, you look at the counting numbers for Cade Cunningham. He fills up a stat sheet. The key for him moving forward, though, efficiency.
And you talk about Cade's efficiency. Greg, on a struggling team, that can be a challenge.
Yeah, without great shooters around him, he's forced into taking tough shots or turnovers. And as the team improves, though, I think the percentages should come around.
For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. To the middle, and finished off by Bagley.
Well, at 6'11" and that active, Bagley, that's easy stuff.
He takes it in. Money, no good. And here's Detroit. They're on a 9-1 run. Burks, the pass to Cunningham. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
And Brent, what about the play of Cunningham?
Well, he had a solid first year in the league, especially with the added pressure of being the #1 pick. Kind of a tough situation playing in Detroit for a team that's exploring a lot of young talent. So not only do you have to perform, you have to find a way to lead. And I think the expectations around Cade Cunningham were fulfilled for the Detroit Pistons. With the finish line in sight, this guy is determined to be the one to put the game away.
And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. Pass to Burks. Cunningham inside. A shot, no good.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now trying to put this one away.
Great positioning on the putback.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Timberwolves passing it around. Money, and again, Minnesota with the triple.
I mean, he is bringing his game, guys. Another jumper from distance.
Cunningham passes to Bogdanovich. Back to Cunningham. Burks looking around. Cunningham right side. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
Cunningham close to 6'8". He's such a tough cover for bigger guys with how mobile he is. Above him,
Substitution on the court.
Russell against Cunningham. Ivy passes to Cunningham. Right side Bagley. Back to Cunningham. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Great touch on the 16-footer. Cunningham's got 10 points in just the second half.
Feels like the other 4 guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Ivy passes to Bagley. Cunningham on the wing. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one is on Town.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Yeah, sometimes in a game you settle a little bit before settling in, and right now I think he's a big factor in how they're getting to the line.
Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 with the 3-point shot since coming out of the break. Money, no good. Pistons shooting 41% from the floor so far in the third. The pass to Ivy. That's tipped. He swipes the ball away again.
And you got to be careful around him.
You know, Greg, he's been coming up with some incredible steals so far. Cunningham with it. Now defended by Money.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
And Towns gets it to go. Towns has got 8 here in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
And here's Ivy. He's got a Walk up two there.
Too smooth from the mid-range. Defenders can't let Ivy get comfortable from there.
Inside. And Anderson gets it to go. Anderson's got 10.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Passes it to Hayes. 27 seconds left to play here in the third. That's a 2 from Cunningham. The rebound by Anderson. Anderson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Money. Good! Another from 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Here's Cunningham. And Cunningham with the slam.
DK doing a great job of figuring out how it is that he's going to stay this efficient.
Here's Money. He gets it up. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. Their defense has been terrific in this game. We come back right after this. And now let's go earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Great hands, great vision. That makes great things happen for your offense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Hamidou Diallo is out there with Nerlens Noel. Then there's Kem Birch. Then there's Hayes. And it's Magruder in at the 2. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Money. Off on the layup. Now Detroit moving it up, and it's blocked, and they recover it. So it's Minnesota now. And it seems the play-in tournament is here to stay, Brent. Has it worked out as well as you expected?
I think it's been great, Kevin. One of the things that could be adjusted, though, is maybe if you're the 8th seed and you have a 10-game lead on the...
So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't really come looking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching.